Hey everybody, it's Nicholas Ashbaugh. Welcome to an impromptu reading. As you know, we're going through a full moon tonight, so I thought it would be nice to check in and see what the karmic energy is of this full moon, what the opportunity is, if there's any sort of blocks involved with that, and then of course, what the future is holding for us. So let's go ahead and get started. Imagine that the full moon is directly overhead, beaming a light around your body, creating this circle of energy that is protecting and connecting you. So we'll welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. We're just going to pull 3 cards, like I said, past, present, and future. Here we go. All right, we have reversals. That's okay. Let's see how this is going to factor out with some clarifying cards as well. All right, so we have balance here. The oracle cards are bringing the upright energy. The tarot cards are bringing the reversals, shadow and light, and that is very appropriate for a lunar reading. Let's begin with the deep past or karma. We have the Emperor card in the reverse position. As you know, an upright emperor is all about empowerment and being in control. There could be people in your life that are questioning your authority. So let's say you've decided to do something and they're asking a million questions. In this moment, you simply speak up and say, it's because it's what I want to do. I've done the research. I'm sure that I want to do it. Finding that level of confidence, certainty, and stating your path and stating your claim. There could also be a sort of call to action from spirit. Let's say in the past, there's been a bunch of people in your life that made decisions on your behalf. This often happens when we're children and we're starting to enter into adulthood, and it's hard to break that sort of template. But this can happen anywhere, in a relationship, friendship, etc. And there's these sort of cycles coming through where, yes, it's more convenient to have someone else make the decision because if it doesn't work, you can point the finger. But are you ever sort of really doing what you want to do if someone else is always calling the shots? This moment in time, you're invited to basically step in and speak up on at least one thing that matters to you. It's okay sometimes to disagree. It's okay to rock the boat. It's, in fact, good for personal development to simply step out, go on a limb, and do something that feels right. And that's really what I'm getting with this. Trusting your instincts, leaning into your empowerment. We have a little bit of Tauran energy here, which is strong, fierce, a little bit stubborn, and we need to kind of pull at that bullish approach towards the future too. So when we think of like finance, a bullish approach is saying, I think we can do this. Where there's a will, there's a way. You have to see it here, feel it here often before it will start to open up in your day-to-day life. You've got the power, you've got the potential, but only you can be the one to sort of like connect with that. As I clarified this, we have the Luna moth, which is great because our moon is basically called Luna, even though we just use the word moon all the time. It does have a name. The Luna moth is known for being large, and today we have a supermoon, and so this is wonderfully connected. It has a greenish color to it, which we would ascribe to or connect to the heart chakra. So for some of you, the ability to speak up, to take the reins, it's absolutely tied to feeling safe, loving yourself, tapping into the creativity that's all part of the heart chakra. Spreading your wings right now is really important. And of course, moths and butterflies go through phases of evolution and metamorphosis. This represents something that's already broken through the cocoon, because moths go through a cocoon instead of a chrysalis. So it feels like in this moment in time, all that's necessary is unfolding the wings and kind of stepping out there. So I think we've got the title for this, which is It's Time to Go Out on a Limb, like the old Shirley MacLaine book. And it's scary to be out there on a limb, but it's also really exhilarating. It's also really liberating. And you've done the work. We wouldn't have received the Emperor card were you not already ready. It's just about getting out of the safety of the cocoon. And yes, it's easier, and yes, it's simpler sometimes to have someone else decide, but it's so much more fulfilling to create your own path. So trust in yourself, spread your wings, and move forward. If you're already doing that, there could just be people coming through questioning. Are you certain? Have you looked at all the sort of possibilities. So do your homework so that when they ask that, you can say, yes, and I am certain. So there you go. All right, let's see what this moment in time is bringing up. For those of you that watch my channel a lot, you know that I refer to Four of Pentacles as the devil you know. It's a card of safety and security, but not sustainability. So in the moment, this person feels like, I got to hold on to everything. This is definitely a scarcity mindset card. They have stuff around them. It's not necessarily all that they want or need, but it's something. If we allow ourselves to settle for something, for almost enough, we'll never know what more than enough feels like. So if there's a friend in your life that never reciprocates, if there's a love interest that never reciprocates, if you're working 2 jobs and you're not getting anywhere and you're feeling this sense of wheels turning but no momentum, pause today. Tune in. Find the power to believe in yourself and identify paths. They may take a little bit of time. You don't have to make a decision, a snap decision, especially on a full moon. But start to figure out where you're going to pivot and know that you can do this. I had a great conversation with a friend of mine who is also a spiritual practitioner, and he reminded me of the importance of what we speak and what we think. So with this, we're looking at money and abundance, right? So you may be looking at a lack in your life. I don't have enough. So we're going to flip the script. And I was talking to my friend about this too, about like how you can change your connection to abundance. So instead of saying, I'm ready for it, just put yourself in the I am. I am abundant, or I am abundance. And I know that sounds weird, but you're already in the frequency of more than enough. Abundance can, by the way, be love, opportunities, jobs, friendship, all of that, because it's all a way for resources to flow into your life or new things to come in. So know that you're already worthy and worth it and ready. And that can be your mantra today. I'm ready, worthy, and open to receive love, abundance, and opportunity in the highest forms right here, right now, beyond my wildest expectations. And when you start to look at your credit card bill, when you look at, maybe your inbox and you're waiting for something and you say it's not there, that's just one indication. It's all around you. That particular path might be closed, but there are others opening. So rather than saying, I don't have enough, say, I'm opening myself up to receive more than I have. That's better. That's a half step. And then think to yourself, I'm abundant and ready. Show me the way. That's what you meditate on, okay? Don't sell yourself short. Don't settle. And if there are things where you aren't getting enough support, speak up. People will often put more and more and more on your plate until you burn out. My first couple of jobs that I had, that happened a lot because I was young and I was hardworking and I was good at my job and I didn't complain. And they were like, this is perfect. We'll just keep doing that, until I got really sick a couple of times. And I'm like, I actually have to take a break. And I'm not getting paid enough and I don't have enough support. And then when I started to speak up, things shifted, opportunities opened up. I found better things because I realized I need more and I deserve more. And that comes with age and wisdom. So just know that you deserve more and you will find more, even if it's not here today. So the fact that we have this super moon, it's amplifying the feelings. We have the raven energy coming through as your totem to help you with this. So the raven is a message that you can send out into the world. It can be an SOS for help. Hey, I need some assistance. It could be you applying to a new job. It could be you talking to a friend or an advisor. This to me represents connection to spirit, but also communication as well. Also, ravens, crows, olive corvidae kind of birds are very, very smart. They can problem solve. They are loyal. They are intelligent. As you're looking at the core relationships in your life, look for raven-like qualities: loyalty, intelligence, dependability, and someone who has your back. If there are people, places, or engagements where that doesn't happen, then it's time, think of Edgar Allan Poe, nevermore. You're not going to do it again. This is your last and final time that you're going to do that. The raven is coming through to remind you to lean into your intelligence and into your intuition, okay? Love ravens, really smart, really beautiful totem as well. Okay, well, I mean, it's kind of on the nose, but perfect. The future energy, leading us through the end of this month is the moon. The moon card came in the reverse position, and you'll notice on the side here I have something that we're going to talk about related to that. The moon can represent fear, and if we look at the traditional version of the card, you'll see that there's a path in the center, which is going to be important as I read this. So as I was talking to my friend earlier, I had mentioned the litany against fear, and I can't remember why we got on that, but I had pulled this already, and now it's actually very appropriate for today's reading. So it's from Frank Herbert's Dune. There's a group of there's a couple of psychic societies, but one is predominantly women, Bene Gesserits, and they have a way to work through some of their emotions like fear. So the litany against fear goes as follows. It says, I must not fear, for fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Notice that there's a path on the traditional illustration. Where the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Fear is a distraction in our lives. Oftentimes it comes through and it obscures things that we need to be focusing on. In this card, we see competition, we see fears and anxieties, we see a path that isn't being followed because of the fear, because of the emotions, because of the unknown. So we're releasing the control that these sorts of things would have, and we're reclaiming our power, which goes back to what I was talking about here in the very first card. So reclamation of power, not accepting something that's less than enough, and instead focusing on saying, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to say no. I'm not afraid anymore. It's wonderfully synchronistic that the moon is clarified by the fawn. Fawns, of course, are wonderfully instinctive, but they can sometimes go into fight or flight mode, something that I think we all need to avoid. One thing that I did over this past year was just sit still for a minute. There were many moments where I wanted or needed to kind of move, but I thought the timing isn't right just yet. I waited until the year was almost finished, almost around the solstice. I'm kind of doing it on the 22nd, so very close to the solstice, I'll be doing my move. And that felt right. Wait. Give yourself a step or a half step to just say, am I ready? Is this emotion? Is this information? Do I have the big picture? Then and only then, once you've had a chance to analyze, should you move forward. So this fawn isn't in panic mode. It's just sitting there tuning in. I do like that fawns are tuned in, but they have to breathe and make sure that they don't get scared of an opportunity or change, because I feel like that is what this moon and this month is bringing forth. Opportunity and change, and it can be a little scary sometimes. But the overall energy is good. If we were to just flip these so that they're easier to analyze, there is a little bit of resistance to lean into the power, a little bit of resistance to let go, and maybe just a little fear of the unknown. But just like the moth, you've already broken free of the cocoon. The raven is coming through to tell you enough is enough with something that isn't sustaining, and the fawn is saying, don't let your emotions get the better of you. I think if you follow those simple pieces of insight and advice, you'll be all right. I always like to wrap up my readings with one question. So if there's something that you've been dealing with personally, particularly feeling it here on this full moon, go ahead and ask the question right now. And I'm just going to pull everything to the side. We'll do one last card. This is anything that you need advice on. We'll see what the spirits and guides have to say. All right, our first upright card in the regular tarot cards here, we have the Page of Wands coming through. It's a yes. This is a moment where you are ready. You are set up for success. The page needs to communicate it, demonstrate it, show it. So if there's something that you want, even though sometimes, and this could be in relationships, by the way, no, don't play games and don't keep it too much to yourself. Go ahead and show that you're interested, and then move the needle forward in actions, in words, in plans. This is a time to really breathe life into it. The Page of Wands is also a highly creative card. So one of the things that this does is it really does show rather than telling. So drawing something, sketching something, putting a prototype together if you're trying to get someone interested in it, or pointing to a real life example. This is also showing a newfound connection to vitality and inspiration. So as you step out of this moon, it feels like you're going to kind of like get your footing again, which is good. And it's up to you what you do with that. Pages have to take the ACE that we just had and follow through. So your big takeaway is, yes, it's possible, whatever it is that you're looking at. How are you going to follow through today, tomorrow, and the rest of the month? Because we don't have a lot left in this year, but you have a great possibility to make an impact. So make the most of it, my friends. All right, that is everything. I like to keep these short and to the point. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out on the main channel for future monthly, weekly, and daily readings. I'm also here every Sunday, so feel free to join in around 9:15 or 9:30 a.m. every Sunday, and I hope to see you for one of those live streams. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. You can also follow me on social media. All of the official links are on my website, nicholasashbaugh.com. If you want to give back just a little bit extra because this made a difference, you can become a member or leave a sticker with your comment. And other than that, I just want to say thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you soon.